review is a key element of the Canadian Path. This simple process of planning, doing, and reviewing ensures all scouting activities, camps, and adventures are safe, challenging, and most importantly, fun. In scouting, being prepared is at the heart of what we do. With the Canadian Path, our goal is to develop this principle and make the plan, do, review process a regular exercise in all sections. From beavers to rovers, we'll all be prepared.
For Scouters, it's important to engage youth in all three phases of the plan, do, review cycle. There was a key word in that last sentence. Did you catch it? Plan, do, review is a cycle. It is something to be repeated. We want the plan, do, review to be adopted by all of our members. It is the best way to approach any challenge or activity, so when you plan your next adventure, it will be even better.
To plan for an activity, my company meets every Wednesday, and we go through what we need and where we're going, and we divide roles.
Planning may be the most important step in the plan, do, review process, and youth should be involved in every step of the way. The plan starts when youth choose the adventures they want to do during the scouting year. Engage the colony, pack, or troop by putting their imaginations to work and decide upon the adventures that will challenge them individually and as a group. Once the adventures are selected, plan what tools they'll need to accomplish their adventure. Here are some questions to help youth get started. What material do we need for this adventure? What skills do we need to practice? How should we divide the tasks? What are some of the safety considerations? And lastly, are there any details we've missed?
This past summer, I went to Frontenac for a canoe trip. Before going on the canoe trip, we had to plan out the route that we were going to take, what materials we needed, and the menu that we wanted to have. That was important just because of the fact that without planning, you can't actually go on the trip.
We have made a plan. Now, let's do it! The first steps will usually be practicing the skills required for the activity, doing a safety check, and making sure everyone is doing their part. Scouter support is also important when doing an activity, especially when youth ask for help. Scouters should always step in and make sure things are running safely by asking, "What can I help you with?" But remember, there's no need to take over. The plan belongs to the youth. A Scouter's job is to make sure all youth are participating and included. Don't be shy to ask the right questions at the right moment.
The next was doing the trip, and this required both the plans that we had made before to know what we're eating for lunch that day or what route we're gonna take that day. And also the physical stamina of, okay, we have to carry the canoe over this portage. Okay, we have to paddle to our next site.
Review is an important part of any activity, and the goal of the Canadian Path is to help Scouts, regardless of their age, reflect upon their experiences.
It's important that youth are able to identify what successes they had, what challenges they overcame, and celebrate completing their adventure. Asking some key questions can help review the adventure. What do you know now that you didn't know before? What obstacles or challenges did we have to overcome as a team? What part did each of you play to help make this adventure happen? What did we need to do to stay safe? What did we learn that will help us with planning our next adventure? There are many different ways to encourage everyone to take part in a review. A good review shouldn't be a chore, but it shouldn't be too silly either. For beavers, try passing around a talking stick so that everyone gets a turn to share their thoughts, possibly around a campfire. Have each person share a photo or draw a picture of the adventure that captures an idea they'd like to share, or use drama to act out the highlights of an adventure. It's important to assess whether the activity was safe, and most importantly, was it fun and challenging? Remember, a review is a celebration of what has been accomplished. Make it count. When done right, a review means Scouts will finally be able to answer their parents when asked, "How was camp?"
After the trip, I sat in the car with my friend, and we both went over what went well and what didn't go so well. Like what food we needed to bring or what food we didn't need to bring. And this was important because when looking back on the trip, right after the trip, you see the roses and the thorns, the good and the bad, and you can just reflect on how you can make it better next time. Because really what you want to achieve in the end is the best trip possible. And only through doing the review after trip can you achieve that the next time.
When your review is done, you'll be ready to start the cycle again with planning your next adventure. So be creative in planning, doing, and reviewing your adventures this scouting year. You'll find that this simple process will open up a world of great new opportunities for your scouting program. We'll see you on the Canadian Path.